Hello and welcome to another edition of Michigan Women's Forum, a half hour of public access television devoted to informing and inspiring Michigan women. My name is Joni Hubred-Golden, and in addition to being your host today, I also publish MichiganWomen'sForum.com online. We have completely reconfigured and renovated the website. It's the same content. We've got women's history, we've got news, business news, a calendar of events, but we've got a little bit of a different look. It's also easier to access. The search feature is much easier, and you can find the stories that you're really interested in. It's updated more often as well. I think I've got a half a dozen updates for the month of September, which is much different from updating the website twice a month. So hope you'll come back often to MichiganWomen'sForum.com and check out what we're doing. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome Kimberly Kassner, who is with us to talk about children, education, empowerment, all kinds of things that are connected with her business, Empowermind. So, Kim, let's start out because I'm absolutely fascinated, first of all, by your book. You're a genius, and I can prove it, yes, because I don't think any of us think of ourselves that way. Mm-hmm. But where did you come up with the concept for Empowermind, and how did this become your life's work?
Well, that's a great question, and it's a fairly detailed answer because it was a culmination of many things together. I used to struggle learning because I learned differently. I was kind of a right brain learner, an intuitive learner, and I learned by doing. Give me something, I got to do it right away, and everyone thinks I have such great follow through, but really what it is if I don't do it right away, I don't own it. Gotcha. So I got to get it done and handle it. So that was kind of personal, but it wasn't recognized consciously. So as I was going through school, in college, I really struggled with test taking. But by the time I was a senior, I just learned a few of the techniques that I teach, just 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And I went from a 2.3 struggling with 16 credits as a freshman to taking 22 credits as a senior and getting straight A's, never studying past 5 or on weekends.
Wow.
And that was just a little opening to what we're capable of. But I thought everybody could do that. It's like your natural gifts. If you're a good listener, like obviously you are, and you will be through this interview, you'll need to be. Okay. You don't recognize a lot of times your own natural gifts. Singers are awed by other people that are great athletes. Athletes are awed by people that are great on computers. So everybody's got their own unique genius. So often we don't recognize that. So I didn't recognize that within myself. And then I used to teach the Dale Carnegie course. I was obsessed with self-awareness, learning more and more about how to reach my potential. I also went through a 500-hour psychotherapy process when I was in California.
Wow.
And the great thing about that is it gave me the insight into understanding why people are the way they are and what these children are going through, and then big children as adults, because we're still those little children, we're just bigger. Sure. And so it gave me a lot of that kind of insight. And I taught memory skills, I taught goal setting, creating your own success to adults. And had segued out of the sales. I sold for a Fortune 40 company and wanted to do something that was more meaningful to me and I thought could help change people and make a big difference in the world. So one day I was in San Francisco where I lived at the time, and I was watching the news, and the kids were killing each other, they were joining gangs, they were into drugs, the dropout rate was through the roof. And
hello, Detroit.
Yeah, well, yeah, Detroit. Detroit's the winner, but right. And I had this epiphany. It's hard to explain unless you've had that experience before, but I just felt like that's the group. I can help them. I know I can make a difference in their lives. So I began researching more in learning, study skills, techniques, and put together a culmination of everything that I'd learned and found successful, not just concepts, but things that I had seen were successful in other people's lives, and put them together in a workshop and made it interactive and fun and put games in it and put in demonstrations, and if I said they could do something, I had them have an experience of that. And then I test piloted at a high school, and we had phenomenal results. And then ever since then, I've learned from the teachers, the parents, the children that have come through the workshop on how to refine that to make it the best possible workshop for everybody.